Hi, I'm Melissa Leaym-Fernandez. I'm a doctoral student candidate now at Penn State University. I lived on campus for a long time, but as we all got kicked off at spring break, I'm now home in my studio. I own and operate the elephantworkstudio.com, which you can go and see some of my artwork there. You can also see what I've done with students before I came to Penn State. And, before I even start, I just want to say thank you for this opportunity to kind of share this project with you and a little bit about myself. As a survivor, I think it's really important to use the arts to help us once again become thrivers. And that's actually what my research is on, is using art making to overcome and find our new normal, which is something everybody's doing right now amongst this COVID-19 epidemic in our country. And so today I am again grateful for the opportunity to talk to you, and I'm going to show you how to make these really cute little hearts. They look really high tech and hard, but they're super easy, and once you get it down, you can just sit and watch TV and make these over and over and over to your heart's content. One thing that's really cool is it's woven. You only need scissors and paper, and it's actually a pocket so that you can just go right in there and add little things, love notes to yourself, get a clip, put it up on your fridge. You can write things on the individual strips and hide them so that people can't see. Reminders of how to take care of your own self, right? As we're dealing with all this stress right now, on top of our issues of survival and thriving. So I'm gonna give you some directions on how to make this, and happy creative time. So what you're going to need is a pair of scissors, some fun construction paper, a pattern, and something to write with. True Ray construction paper is my favorite, but any paper that you can get your hands on will do. The next thing you're going to need is a pattern. 4 by 6 inches, size of a postcard. That's kind of the best size to use. If you're unsure, make something bigger and figure out the process, and then go back in and make a tight little pattern. So here's what your pattern will look like. At the bottom of the strips, I wrote the word fold with a little arrow pointing down, because that section needs to be on the fold when you cut for everything to work out well. As you can see in this image, the sections are not regular. You can have some fat, you can have some thin. That variety will actually make the heart look much more interesting later. So taking that sheet of construction paper and folding it in half, hamburger ways, like fat ways, you're going to come up with a nice fold there that will allow you to put your pattern on. And you can see here in this image how the pattern fits inside of that quarter piece of your sheet. This image shows how I just scoot the strips apart to make a little mark so I can see where my strips will be at the bottom on the fold. And then I just cut up to just a little bit above the curve. So I have my pattern and I have it laid on the fold. So see, the top's open there and my fold's on the bottom. And I'm going to make sure my fold letters are aimed right down at that fold. You'll just have to recut it if you don't do it right. I'm going to line that up on the edge to save myself a cut right there. See? Trace that right out over the top. Perfect. Woohoo! Super easy. And then I'm just going to kind of rearrange how I'm holding it here so you can see it. But I'm just going to push over that strip and make a little mark so I know where my sections are. And then I don't have to worry about tracing up that entire strip and having it wiggle around. So I just make that. And then I'm going to move my pattern over, use that straight edge, kind of line it up. I get kind of perfectionist-y with this stuff, but you don't need to be. Trace it right down the side and keep on doing that all the way over. And you can see my strips are not perfectly the same thickness. My little line is crooked. This is okay. We don't care. This is not rocket science. We're making a paper heart. Okay? So then I have that traced. And you'll notice that I used an ink pen. Doesn't really matter what you write with, whatever makes you happy. Jelly roll pens make you happy. Get out a jelly roll pen and use it. So I'm going to finish cutting that out. I'm going to then cut my strips, and I go a little bit above where the curve starts. You want some wiggle room later when you're weaving these pieces together, so that's okay. And then as you can see with my black pen, there's ink.
you know, little smudgy whatevers. I'm not really interested in that. So I'm gonna flip this over, very quick and easy. Give that pinch on the crease there so it lays flat and it's nice and clean. Get my trash out of my way, and there's my first piece. You're gonna wanna make 2. You're gonna wanna...
You're gonna go inside, outside. Inside. Outside. So you're just weaving. And then this is gonna go inside the blue. Okay, scoot it up. And then you're gonna grab the second one and you're just gonna do the opposite. So this one went inside the blue. This one is gonna go outside the blue, which means the blue goes inside. See, so they're the opposite, see? And then it's gotta go inside the blue. And then over the blue. And then scooch it along as you need to. And then inside the blue again. See how they're the opposite? And at the end, it's gonna go over the blue. And this little guy popped out, but he needs to go inside. So we're gonna put him back in there, okay? And then scoot it up, and then get the third one. And just gently wiggle and pull, okay? Inside the blue, outside the blue, inside the blue. Now I need to really wiggle it up this way so I have room to flip these around. So then this blue is gonna go inside. So the orange is over the blue. Then the orange is inside the blue. Then the orange is over the blue. And I am just separating this and shoving it in. You gotta boss it around. Don't be afraid to boss the paper around. Just be kind of gentle, but you can be bossy. And then inside the blue. Okay, and then we're gonna scoot it up. And then we have this little tiny one. And it is going to go over the blue. Then thread it inside the blue. Then over the blue. See? Over the blue. Then inside the blue, then over the blue. You're just weaving, very simple weaving. You did this in 3rd grade. You can handle making this heart. So then I'm getting to the point where it looks like this, and I have these little fringy guys down here. Last one, it's gonna be